You would like to know about solid waste incineration. Well, we've made this beautiful video to describe all of the basics and things you need to know to understand incineration, specifically solid waste. Well, to start, solid waste is anything cardboard, paper, metal, glass, or rubber that any households throw out and are collected by municipal garbage services provided by either the city or the county from wherever the household is located. It's then taken to the garbage storage facility where it is quickly prepped and combusted at high temperatures, producing both a solid ash waste and a gaseous chemical waste. The ash is usually collected and then stored and thrown out in garbage collection facilities, and the gas is usually going through a process called scrubbed and then released into the atmosphere. Incineration has a lot of benefits, possible benefits, where this byproduct gas can be used to produce either steam or other power generation methods. But usually with the technology we currently have, most facilities, at least in the U.S., aren't equipped with it. But most European environmentally safe countries are equipped with these. The gas can also be used to combust in household heaters and used to heat houses during the winter, which is also a huge benefit. But otherwise, incineration is a very slippery slope. Medical waste and batteries can't really be burnt and are usually mixed in with our solid waste. So it's a really slippery slope when you get down into it. But we're going to be going into the specifics in this video, so thank you.
Waste incineration is important because it reduces the amount of land needed for dumping. The volume of the solid waste is reduced by roughly 95%, and the mass of the solid waste is reduced by 80 to 85%. This is important because the land that would have been used as a landfill can now be used to build homes, malls, restaurants, and other places for recreational activities. Another important aspect of incineration is the energy generated from the waste. This energy is in high demand in places like Sweden, Japan, and Denmark. Sweden, for example, generates 8% of its heating needs from waste incinerators. Countries with colder climates use waste incinerators to heat their homes as well as their places of work. They also use incinerators to reduce the volume of the solid waste. Studies also show that incinerations produce less pollution than waste sitting in landfills. Along with the release of greenhouse gases, landfills sometimes cause contamination of groundwater. These contaminants are a health risk for the people that use the groundwater. This problem is eradicated when incineration is used because it does not allow contaminants to seep into the groundwater.
The biggest advantage incineration has on the environment is that waste does not need to be stored on land like it does in a landfill. Another positive impact is that, unlike landfills, toxic chemicals from this waste will not be at risk to seep into the soil and potentially mix with groundwater, which can be harmful if then consumed by humans and wildlife. Incineration also offers a way to destroy waste quickly, whereas waste stored in a landfill can take hundreds of years to be destroyed. One harmful impact that incineration has on the environment is that if it is not regulated carefully enough, harmful pollutants can be released into the atmosphere. This has caused a lot of public distrust over how much it can be regulated, as well as how some of the public will be unwillingly exposed to the emissions from the incineration process. Incineration can reduce the volume of waste by about 90% and the mass of waste by about 70%. The remainder of the waste after incineration is ash, which has also been explored to be utilized for other things, which would reduce the waste even more. One of the options explored has been using this ash in cement production. However, it was determined that it was not as practical as the production of Portland cement. Future research can be done to find ways to recycle this ash to further reduce the waste in the incineration process.
So section 4 is on my opinion what I would recommend doing to minimize environmental impact. And so for incineration it gets kind of tricky because recycling still beats it in environmental impact. It is still the most efficient form of waste management, but not everything can be recycled, such as organic material. And that can be recycled or scrapped through composting, which is the most environmentally friendly way to discard of organic material. It's commonly used in agriculture and farming and whatnot. but it's not available to everybody. And so the reduction of landfills and increase in the use of MSW incineration for power generation would be the best way to help the environment using incineration. This would reduce possible aqueous and gaseous emissions from landfills, such as methane, while also providing a reliable and renewable source of energy. And MSW incineration for power generation can reduce dependence on fossil fuels, while in turn reducing greenhouse gas emissions.